Okay, number 7 says that Cameron is designing a calendar as fundraising project for math class. The cost of printing is $500 plus $2.50 per calendar. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, in case you're wondering. That models the total cost of printing the calendars. So if we're writing in this form right here, we need a slope and we need a y-intercept. Y'all are getting really good about knowing what the slope is. So is it going to be 500 or is it going to be 250 per calendar? Well, what is it per calendar? $2.50. So that is my slope. And the $500 is the y-intercept. So when I write this in an equation, y equals, I'm just going to plug it in, 2.50x plus 500. There we go. That's all this number 7 is asked for. Number 8, we're going to solve it, so I'll do that next. But that's the equation we have for number 7. Sorry, let me write this up since you can't see it. Y equals $2.50x plus 500. That's the answer to number 7. There we go. Okay, so number 8 says using the equation you wrote in the problem above, which is this right here. What is the cost of making 230 calendars? So when you're given a problem like this, all we're going to do is we're going to substitute 230 is going to go where the x is. So this is really saying $2.50 times however many calendars we have, or that we're printing, plus $500. So in this problem here, we're going to print 230 calendars. So instead of x here, we're going to erase that, or you can rewrite it. Let's rewrite it. Y equals $2.50 times 230. And then plus 500. All we did was plug it in here. If this asked for 500 calendars, then we would put 500 here. If it asked for 10 calendars, we would put 10 calendars there. So that's all we're doing. So this here you can put into your calculator. So we'll do that now. All you're doing is the $2.50, so 2.50 times 230, and then plus 500. So we're going to get the amount, the cost of making 230 calendars is $1,075. That's our answer. So we're just plugging in, substituting in. That's all we're doing. Okay, so number 9, solving the equation for x. So we have 8 plus 2 parentheses minus 9w plus 7. We're solving for x. This w, like, if you want to make it x, go ahead and make it x. We'll do that. If you did it for w, that's fine too. So we have parentheses here, and we have a number outside. So we have to multiply everything inside of here times this positive 2. So 8. Now, positive 2 times negative 9x, negative 9x is going to be negative 18x. Now, positive 2 times a positive 7 is going to make plus 49, or not 49, plus 14. There we go. Now, that equals 130. So, now, we have this over here on this side. Blue, let me find blue marker. I can combine this positive 8 and this plus 14. I can leave this here because that's a like term. There's no other term that's with the x on it. So over here, before I start moving stuff over to get x by itself, I have to combine those terms. So 8 plus 14 is 22. Okay, so I'm going to say negative 18x. I'm just keeping this here. These two combined make plus 22. And that equals 130. So now that I've shortened it here, all I'm doing is solving for x. Two-step equation. The inverse of plus 22 is minus 22. This comes down, negative 18x. This is going to z out. It equals 130 minus 22 is going to be 108. So now once we have that, all we're going to do is just divide by the number that is with the coefficient. So we're going to divide by negative 18, divide by negative 18. This makes 1. X equals 108 divided by negative 18 is negative 6. Let me see a little bit. Let me move it a little bit. There we go. All right, number 10. Using a table below, write an equation in the form y equals mx plus b. So we're going to need to find our slope, and we're going to have to find a y-intercept. So our tables here, remember, we talked about this yesterday, and it's on your test today. So we just got to work backwards. My output is my y values, my input is my x values. So negative 90 minus negative 75. Put that in your calculator. If you don't know what that is, or those negatives kind of worry you a little bit, we're going to say negative 90 minus negative 75. Hit enter. We get negative 15. Now, negative 75 minus negative 60. Put that in your calculator. You're going to get the same thing. And then the same thing here. So if all these numbers are the same, that's what's going to be my numerator on the slope. So now I need to find out what my denominator is going to be. That's going to be all my x values, the change in x. So 25 minus 20 gives me 5. 20 minus 15 gives me 5. And this will give me 5 also. So now these are all the same. So we put that down here. My denominator. Put that in your calculator to see if it simplifies. And it will. It'll simplify to negative 3. So there's my slope. All I need to do is find my y-intercept. So let me erase some of this here. So if we don't know the y-intercept, we're just going to be working backwards, right? We talked about working backwards. So look, 25, 20, 15, 10. Next would be a 5. But we need when x is 0. So the next after that would be 0. See? 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. So we need to go up 2 more spots from the negatives. These outputs are this y values. So negative 90, negative 75, negative 60, negative 45. If you look here, I'm just going to go back 15 from negative 45. So that would be negative 30. Now that's paired with 5, so I need to go up 1 more to get something that's paired with 0. So another negative 15 from negative 30. It's like we're getting closer to 0. So that's going to be negative 15. This right here is my y-intercept, because that's what's paired with 0. So negative 15 goes here. Now that I have my slope and my y-intercept, I can go ahead and write my equation like it asks. So y equals negative 3x minus 15. There we go. So that's it for homework 15.